everyone. Welcome to another Let's Play of Darkest Dungeon. My name is Anna Myrtle. We're going back into week 11, which I like to start on the menu page because it lets you see what week we're on.
My obsession caused this great foulness, and it is shameful that I must rely upon you to set it right.
Okay, good. I was like, hopefully this won't take 5 minutes to load like last time. So when we last left off, I had set up our team for the next dive, and I said we were going into the Warrens because, honestly, I want the deeds. So, let me think. Warrens are icky. They need lots of medicinal herbs and holy waters. And I think bandages too. So we're going to take 2 sets of torches, 2 sets of food. Let's say 1 key, 2 keys, 2 shovels, 4 medicinal herbs, a holy water, and a bandage. That feels like overkill. I may have wasted money there. It's really hard to be sure. The swine are resistant to disease thanks to their unclean living. Funny, it didn't work out that way for me, but tish. Any day now, game. Ah, there we go.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
I guess that's an appropriate use of the word prosecute. I don't usually hear it in that context. Okay. So this is the Warrens. A Warren is like according to dictionary.com, a network of interconnecting rabbit burrows. I was thinking it was kind of like an underground maze. Same difference, I suppose. From the looks of this, it kind of looks like a cave system, or maybe this was a sewage system at one time. Big sewer, great. And we have to explore 90% of rooms. So, first I'm going to go this way and pick up the curio. Pile of scrolls. If we set them on fire, we purge a negative quirk. Well, it's going to be you because you've got the one that's cost the most to remove that's locked in. The scrolls are full of evil writings. Better to burn them. Alright. And then we're going to go this way. I didn't want to hit the trap. Moonshine barrel. That... Oh, that's interesting. Medicinal herbs will give you a damage buff. But there's a 33% chance, if you don't use medicinal herbs, there's a 33% chance that you'll get gold and supplies. I would rather have gold and supplies. So, let's take our chances. Completely empty. Okay. We're gonna hit a battle here. Pig people! Okay. Let's see what our butcher bird can do. This will... Oh, it moves her forward. I don't actually want that. Well, okay. she can guard her while having riposte, and there we go. So she's taking the hits that guarded by Froissart. Froissart? That's an interesting name. Guard means that any hits intended for her will actually be taken by the guard, but since she has activated a dodge buff, she actually probably won't get hit, and she's activated riposte or riposte, or I don't actually know how to pronounce that. And what that is it's a counterattack. So she doesn't take damage because she dodges, and then she counterattacks. So very nice. Didn't do a lot of damage because this particular enemy has high defense. But still, nice. Now you, my dear, are for heals and stress. But you can also pull people forward if I want to do that. Let's start using you to take off stress. Because not a lot, so. They all have, or those three have good defense. That's another reason I'm glad we brought the Butcher Bird. She has bleed techniques, and you really have to bleed the Warren animals because they almost all have high defense against just regular attacks.
Decimated.
So you gotta bleed them. Alright. We're gonna...
Annihilated.
Nice. She's got bonus against beasts, which these guys are, so...
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Yes, they can. Alright. So, let's get everybody back in their normal position. What do we have here? A dinner cart. A cart of human remains. It looks much like a feeding trough. Grand. Medicinal herbs will give us food and gold. The herbs cleanse the meat, making it edible. So we maybe did not need to bring as much food as we did. That makes me feel foolish in retrospect. But how could we have known for sure that we would find a dinner cart? Yes, go ahead and eat, guys. Pack has already been looted. I hate that. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Looks like our Butcher Bird probably has the best trap. And yet, here we are.
Ornaments. Neatly ordered. Lovingly admired.
I wanted her to get in a fight just so I could heal. Oh, and her bleeding is already fixed. Good grief. Well, better late than never. Okay. So we're going to use this. It doesn't have the strongest attack, but it does hit everyone for bleeding. Nice.
Back to the
skeleton. And get rid of the stress.
pit. Eradicated. Diminished. ringing ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
Well, I wanted to start using her to pull off stress, but
Obliterated.
health comes first. Oh, nice amount of glue.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I'm trying not to be proud, ancestor. Maybe mind your own business. I'm not the one that accidentally invited Cthulhu to the mansion.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Got some more beasts here. Okay. Oh, and we can use her for some stress reduction. Good. Bleed. Didn't bleed as much as I wanted.
Destroyed. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I forgot. That attack really screws up her dodge. And her damage, interestingly enough. It's kind of like a finishing blow. Oop, light, that's not good. Oh good, he gave me a disease. Syphilis. Accuracy down, damage down, hit points down. Wonderful. Lovely. Awesome. Okay, you will heal her blight. Thank you very much. And you...
As the fiend
There we
falls,
go.
a faint hope blossoms.
Munch. Dude, cut it out. So glad we brought the long in.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Love her animations.
This expedition at least promises success.
Unlocked Strongbox. And I don't think there's any point in using items on it. Yeah, you just open it. It's trapped. Joy. This place. It sucks. Yes, yes, eat. Although how you're able to be hungry, the sack is empty. It's like it's a bad place to be. Okay. Nice. Not nice. Huh.
Be gone, fiend.
Dang it. at least we can get rid of a blight. Okay, some of
Great is the
those
weapon
should
that
be
cuts
down.
on its own.
Just the one.
Another one falls.
Dang.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
We don't have enough room. Oh, goodness gracious.
The light, the promise of safety.
Okay. Makeshift dining table has, you want to use medicinal herbs on it.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Okay. I feel faint. Oh good, more carrion eaters. But at least they were surprised, so that's nice.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Push. Carl.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Come on, make it. Dang it. Double dang it.
As victories
Don't
mount,
have enough room.
so too will resistance.
Oh dear. I really do want that jade though. There we go. Pack has already been looted. That keeps happening. How very annoying. Alright, back we go. Remind me to use the firewood soon. Stack of books. You can torch them for 100 stress, but we don't really want to do that. I'll just read them. Desiccated and unremarkable. An old journal entry. Day 7. We tangled with some unruly louts. Raven called them cultists. They were ferocious but clumsy. Alright, time to use the firewood. It's easier if you squint.
Huddled together. Furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
Alright, who's got something that will let us avoid nighttime? love her so much. I love them all. They're so cute. I want to give them hugs. Here we go. Nighttime ambush prevention. You don't know what's lurking in the dark. Now, what do we have to take off stress? Calm thyself, friend. We shall endure. Soothing presence. Oh, that's cool. A calming song should ease our minds from the horrors we've seen. Your sleeve seam is open. I will fix it. Plenty of blood left to shed this day. This place is horrific. Even so, I am at ease. We are favored by the gods this day. We've used our last log, so that's the state of things.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
The pack has a map inside. Stash heirlooms. Yes, come to mommy. God, as useless as the air was, I'm beginning to think that he might be worth bringing along just for the being able to carry things. Okay. Oops, not what I wanted to do, but okay. Nice. Oh, yes.
The will to fight falters.
For whom? Not me. I'm doing great.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Oh, that's bull. A critical hit of 2 causes everyone to get stressed out? My grandma slaps harder than that.
Success so clearly in view. Or is
Gnasher's
it merely
Tooth,
a trick
werewolf
of the
only.
light?
We don't even have a werewolf back at the ranch. So if we get full up again, that's the first thing to get tossed. Sacrificial stone. What is this for? 50% stress, 25% purge negative quirk, 25% positive quirk given. Ugh. Well, we have a stress undoer. And she currently has 0 stress, so go for it. Warren Scrounger. 5% scouting chance. Cool. She's the natural choice to bring to Warren's anyway because of the blight bleed heals. So
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
so that works out well actually for her future career. Continuing adventure. Oh, here's a good chance to figure out what constitutes 90%. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was 90%. Interesting. So 12 rooms for a 14-room dungeon. And there's nothing in this room, so We might as well just leave.
The swine folk's labyrinth may yet prove to be navigable.
You're navigable. Okay. So we just barely made back our investment, but we got money for the reward, so okay, fine. And we didn't really get that many heirlooms, but we'll get deeds. So we didn't take a lot of stress or damage, but we didn't actually get much for that dive either. Heroes gain Resolve XP for each successful quest. Resolve XP in turn determines the hero's Resolve level. Resolve level represents the hero's veteranship and directly acts as stress resistance against the horrors encountered in the dungeon. A low Resolve level hero that tries a higher level quest will quickly crumble under the unimaginable stress. Oh, and we gained a disease we're going to have to get rid of. That's not cheap. However, we did also gain some decent quirks, so could have been worse.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Is there more? You've already failed pretty bad, Grandpa. Like, not to be a jerk about it, but... The maid who worked on this estate a long time ago is back. She is ousting the guards and heroes, begging you to hire her again. This particular one is not that great because of the quirks she came with, but we'll put her in the party for now. Okay, who came in on the stagecoach? I do want to try the musketeer. I've never tried one before. Interesting coloring. She's got like a feather in her cap. So we'll put you there.
A champion markswoman. Keen for a new kind of challenge.
Today's haul is pretty crappy. They're all level 0. So that's a little disappointing. We still desperately need deeds in order to upgrade anything. So we didn't really accomplish much, but we're getting there. Who has more deeds for me? None of you have deeds for me. Well, then we'll do a failed Ruins run, because Ruins have a decent amount of deeds. Pressure, you can come with. Mortania, I'll bring you. Let's try out our new musketeer. And Vespa, you're not doing anything. So back at the ranch, we need to put you in the medical ward. It's just a rash. Why do you need the knife? And Reynolds, I think we want to get rid of that Eldritch Fear. If it was anyone else, I'd just dump you, but... And similarly, Ellers, I'm tired of that ascetic. Oh, that's expensive. Y'all are not cheap. And actually, I take it back. You're not coming with. I want Baldry to come with. And let's double check everybody's equipment. Yeah, I thought so. Although outwardly inconspicuous, the Musketeer's regalia is reinforced with hardened leather underarmor, allowing her to sustain a considerable amount of focus fire. Her musket's variable ammunition and trusty sidearm allow her to deal debilitating damage at range. It's mildly surprising to me that they felt the need to put in another long-range fighter, because it seems like what was really missing was healers. Aimed shot, call the shot, sidearm, random target, ooh, patch up. Actually, I don't really think she's going to be that useful in this particular team, so I'll swap her out. Alright, Baldry, now you're up to speed. So let's try... let's bring Neville back. She was alright. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to fail the mission. What would be really nice is if we could fail it, but also find a hidden room. Wouldn't say no to that. One that actually has stuff in it, like sellable stuff and not heads. Ugh.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Are they familiar to us? I guess in the opening it says something about, you remember this place, right? But I don't know that we ever lived there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And 12 rooms constitute success, which we don't want.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
You say that, but I don't know that a torch is a handsome reward. Okay. Yeah, that marks him. That's why you gotta be careful with the spiders. But I have something that heals blight. Or someone, at least.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Alright, Prester, clean it up.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Why did you do that? Guilty conscience bears the crushing guilt of deeds real and imagined. Ugh. So she took the 20% damage buff from interacting with the statue. Which kind of sucks because she's not someone that's going to be dealing any damage at all. I might end up trading her in for a different model if one comes along. Because she's got 2 really bad quirks, negative quirks, and those are already locked in, so it costs like 6,000 just to get rid of them. Which is a lot of money.
Back to the pit.
It's a shame because Lamia really are quite useful. Ugh.
Executed with impunity. Another
Anytime you
one
wanna start dealing
falls.
damage, hon. Feel free.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
There we go.
Begone, fiend. Eradicated.
I really like that class. I mean, it's so overpowered, but
As the fiend falls,
I'm okay
faint
with that.
hope blossoms.
Ow. I won't need her again.
Their formation is broken.
I don't know. If
Maintain
that's in
the offensive.
reference to, but several of you have explained that he's from an anime I haven't
Ornaments.
seen.
Neatly ordered. Lovingly admired.
So I assume it's a reference to that. Which one of you does traps? It's gonna be you. There it is.
Ancient traps lie in wait. Unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Indeed. We noticed. Oof. Well, that didn't do what I wanted.
Obliterated.
Stop stressing out the one that's near breaking.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There we go.
Continue the onslaught.
Even better.
Destroy them all.
force of deviltry. Okay, now you're just doing it on purpose. Well...
There can be no hope in this hell. No hope at all.
Apparently we have a coding error.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Don't have enough room, eh? Alright, before we open that, we're going to go ahead and camp.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
She's not letting us de-stress her. It's useless. I'm useless. Oh, honey. I need some vodka.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Deeds! Oh, thank God. Deeds. Okay, well, remember, we weren't planning to finish this out, so if we have to leave early, it's not the worst that ever happened. Passages are unsettling. No. That is used to summon a very difficult boss battle that we wouldn't win.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
There's
We
no
require
more use
only
for
the
it.
strength to follow it.
What does the journal say? The blackest of fates. Our purpose was to desecrate their animalistic shrines and thus disperse the swine folk. But soon we came across an artifact. This was far beyond the crude fetishes crafted by the pigmen. It looked as if obsidian had been grown and twisted into a dark symbol of worship. It cradled a pulsing red orb, glowing with malevolent light. Cuthbert, Bolin, and I hesitated, but thrice damned Mizir, driven by a crazed impulse, thrust his torch in a hidden receptacle and thus sealed our fate. That is actually the thing we just walked away from, so... At least we have a warning if we didn't already know not to mess with it. Where shall we put you? I guess we'll replace the holy water. Alright.
The light, the promise of safety. The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I really, really want to scout a hidden room. But
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
that may not be on the menu. Decorative urn. I think we needed holy water for this. Does anyone else see it? No. No hidden room.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Well, one more battle. Get rid of the stress dealer before he gives her a heart attack. They have an uncanny ability for noticing which one is the most stressed and going after them. Dang it.
The blood quickens.
Oh, that sucked.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Well, friends, I don't think we're gonna find the hidden room. If there is a hidden room. Which there may not be. I don't know that there is a hidden room for every dungeon. And we just used our last key, so even if there was a hidden room... Really? That's not cool. But we can use a shovel on it. Nice. Alright. Last shovel goes into the trash, and we're going home. Yep, stress of defeat.
Regroup. Reassemble.
Super sad.
Evil is timeless, after all.
What an interesting way to describe evil. It's not a little black dress. 10 statues, 1 painting, 60, and 40 shields. So, I mean, we've done worse. Terrible stress takeaway.
Woe to the sheep. Or does the absence of the shepherd not invite the wolves?
The abbot has sequestered himself in the wine cellar, ostensibly to consider how to best help his parishioners cope with the deluge of godless horrors that plague these lands. Ostensibly, huh? But everything else costs less, I guess, because there's no abbey there to charge you. So
Gilded icons and dogmatic rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed.
oh man, we just don't have enough money. That's frustrating. So Prester wants flagellation and we're gonna hold off on Neville for a second. Let's go see who's on the stagecoach. Alright. So first and foremost, we have a new Lamia. Who doesn't have all of Baldry's horrific emotional baggage. So Baldry, I am so sorry, and you have been good to us in your own wonderful way, but you must now leave us. I've completely forgotten how to dismiss a hero. Oh, here it is.
The task ahead is terrible, and weakness cannot be tolerated.
So we will bring in Valence. And since she was already level 1, we don't even have to pay to upgrade any of her stuff because she comes pre-upgraded, which is nice. We have some new Vestals.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Normally I would take both of them, but now that we have Ayers and Lamia, they're slightly less required. Oh, and there's a level 1 as well. She's coming along. But let's make her green.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Okay, so we're full up. Back to the Abbey. Let's toss Neville into prayer. Okay. And boy, Myrtania's just gathering up every negative quirk he can find. We may have to replace him. Really don't want to spend the money on cleaning him up. Alright, where are my deeds? Warrens, it looks like. And Cove as well. Interesting. So Cove has a Seraph token and Warrens has Okay. Neither of them just make me super excited. I'd kind of like to see what's on the farmstead. We could take some level 0 folks there and level up, but no, we need to be getting deeds. I guess we'll do Warrens. So that gives us, we'll put Reynold on it. We'll put Dismas with him. We'll put Roke in front. And they'll take the new Vespel with them. Do a quick check on stats. She should be full up because she's new. Alright. The Seraph comes to battle adorned in full plate armor. In her hands she carries a holy sword as her righteous left wing, and a sturdy shield as her fortifying left wing. However, even with the protection of the mighty shield and plate, the Seraph's body is fragile. Should her armor fail her, she will surely perish. Oh, Reynold, no wonder you, haven't been doing as much damage as I'd like. You guys are expensive. I hope you appreciate this. That was a lot more money than I wanted to spend. Okay. So when we come back, we will head out to the Warrens. I did want to check one thing. Not that. Not that. Is it under memories?
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Here we go. We do not have a full journal yet. No, that's not true. We have the Journal of Darius, Highwayman. So I will read the Journal of Darius. Rare are travelers on the roads this autumn, and rather than starve, I pressed my last coin into the hand of one who dealt in rumors and shadows. Ravens carried cryptic notes that there was a person, or persons, who was pledging coin for services best left unmentioned in a hamlet I had never heard of. I am packing to leave immediately. Day 4. The road to this damned hamlet was a tricky one, both to find and to travel. When it revealed its ruined face, I swore I had never seen such neglect. Some buildings collapsed, and uncaring residents fidgeting uselessly. I went swiftly to the tavern. Others with similar interests had gathered there, and I was assembled into an expedition. We leave at first light on the morrow. Day 6. As we traveled from the hamlet, an eerie dread grew. We all felt it, but did our best to shrug it off. Sleep was difficult until Raven, one of my companions, passed me a bitter concoction. The most devout of us, Therion, prayed softly for our safety. Superstitious, but well-intentioned, I suppose. I am already falling asleep. Day 7. We tangled with some unruly louts. Raven called them cultists. They were ferocious, but clumsy. Day 8. Moira has been afflicted with sickness. It must have been some rotting air from a coffin she insisted on piercing with her spade. As terrible as this place is, I know I will not fall for any trap, nor crazed idiot. I wager my lucky coin on it. My end. I scrawl this, victim of cruel fortune, who took me up on my wager, for I have lost my lucky coin, and I now lie helpless as my blood flows swiftly from my ruined body. My fingers are cold. It was no trap, nor raving cultists that sealed my fate. We were ambushed by strange, undulating shapes, 2 small entities that I cannot hope to describe, and a third, much larger beast. Poor Moira was crushed into a pulp as Therion defended her. He soon lost his arm, and his wits left him. Shambler! Shambler! He kept shrieking as Raven yanked him to flee. I tried to play hero, to buy them a few moments. Blew away one of the smaller monsters. Last shot. Then smashed into the wall. The big one. Maybe they made it out. And that is the end of Darius. Nothing else has been finished as of yet. So we will read them as we acquire them. So, back to the main menu. That was week 11 through to week 13. And, whenever we come back, we will take another dive in the Warrens, a hopefully successful dive. Thank you so much for coming along with me. Once again, this is Darkest Dungeon. My name is Anna Mardall, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.